Hi, Libra, and welcome to your October energy reading. We're going to be talking about challenges you may face, things you need to let go of, what you need to embrace, what opportunities you should seize, things you need to avoid. So I'm going to get right into it. We have Tarot and Oracle here. You may find that one of these groups or all of them actually resonate with you or will for the month of October. We're going to be doing live Tarot and Oracle at the end. And this is for any Libra sun, moon, or rising, okay? This would be for you. Now, let's get right into it. A challenge you may face this month, Libra. We have graveyard. Okay. With the Two of Potions. Okay, so what I want to say about this, Libra, is don't worry, it's not a death. That's not the way I see this card at all, and I don't even think it was the intention behind the card, literally. What I do think it is sort of, this is a challenge you may face, okay? And with this card and with the Two of Potions, I feel that this month you may be having a challenge when it comes to acceptance or acknowledgement, that you need to make a new plan for yourself, maybe have a new beginning for yourself, okay? That you need to go out on a new adventure. I feel like that's going to be challenging for you. And I don't know why. It will be different for everyone. Your adventure will be different. Your new start will be different, right? It could be about one particular thing, or it could be your whole life. I don't know. But I do feel that the challenge you're going to be facing is accepting that something needs to change up a little bit when it comes to, you know, making plans for forward movement in something, okay? So that might be a bit of a challenge for you. Now that you're aware of it, just know that this was your heads up. You know what? You need to accept the challenge. It's time to accept the challenge. Maybe you already know and you've just been pushing it off, right, Libra? So you like for things to be balanced in your life. So I'm going to say, you know what? You really should maybe start looking at this a little more seriously and making a plan for forward movement in some area, okay? Let's look at positive energy that you should embrace or what could bring you joy this month. We have ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA with the Five of Wands. So interesting, kind of similar to same positioning here as pile 1, but yet different. I don't know. It's the Five of Wands. They had something similar, and the same message is coming through, I guess. Your ancestors, your family, the people who have come before you, the people who are looking over you now, okay? They want what's best for you. But what I feel like is that because we're talking family here, right? Ancestors, your family line. I think there's a bit of conflict going on right now. Petty conflict, though. Five of Wands has been coming up reading after reading after reading. And I always say the exact same thing. So sorry if you hear me as a broken record. They are like the ant at the picnic, the wasp trying to get in your soda, the little gnat mosquito that you're always swatting away, slapping at. That's what I feel this Five of Wands energy is for you. There's someone in your family unit or someone who feels like family that you're constantly having to swat at and just kind of push away. What I want to say is that you're coming to the realization that this needs to change. Okay. And once you decide that you are no longer going to be swatting at the flies, the gnats, whatever it is, the ants, the wasps that are annoying you, or even a situation that's annoying you, I feel like it's going to lift the heaviness off you. I feel like you're going to feel a bit more positive in and around your life. I also feel like for some of you, you could even feel downright joyful about it, okay? But I do feel like that's what this is about. And also, anytime an ancestors card comes up, I do just have to say this, totally not with about what I was talking about with the family, but never be afraid when you're calling on your God, source, universe, spirit, as I'll just say, or whomever it is you go to, your ancestors, your guides, angels. Maybe try to reach out and connect, okay? Because they could have an important message for you, an important positive message or something that will make you happy. All right, let's go on to something negative or shadow that you need to work on. Ooh, we have grief. Okay. We have grief. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this literally could be grief in your life. Maybe you've lost a loved one or a friend. So you are experiencing grief right now. Maybe you have just lost something in your life, maybe a job, maybe a good friend, maybe a relationship. I'm not sure. It literally could have been you lost your car. It's going to be different for different people. But they really want you to work on it. And again, there is no time. And the Knight of Pentacles come out for a reason, because that is just slow and steady, okay? Slow and steady. Take your time. But they're really asking, please don't allow yourself to stay in that energy of grief, because it's not serving you. And while if you've lost, depending on what it is that you've lost, there's different areas, stages of things that you can lose and how you're going to be upset or grieving or mourning them. And that's not to diminish any of that. But they are saying, don't allow yourself to stay there, okay? It just reminds me of this. I don't know if it was like a Dr. Phil or an Oprah years ago that I watched, and this woman had lost her daughter. And she had just, I mean, for, I don't know how long it had been, months, I believe, maybe even a year. She couldn't get out of the grief. And I think it was Dr. Phil maybe that said to her, I can't remember, something along the lines of, but do you think this is how your daughter wants to see you day after day after day? And the woman was like, I never thought of it that way before. You know, your loved ones looking down at you don't want to see you in pain and in sorrow day after day, week after week, month after month. They want you to move on. Doesn't mean you forget them. It doesn't mean you stop loving them, caring for them, whatever. It just means that they want you to be happy. They don't want their death. They don't want you to even concentrate on, say, I'm going with death here, on the death of them. They want you to concentrate on the happy times that you had with them, the fun memories, the great memories. Don't focus on the one day when they lived a whole life. Very important message for someone there. Something for you to work on. Maybe that was just, I don't know. I brought up that whole Dr. Phil thing. He might have been on Oprah. That was it for a reason. Let's look at let's move on. That was a little heavy. Let's move on to what you need to make room for. We have elderberries. Gardening. Out picking fruit, possibly. The Four of Swords. Okay. I feel like there's something that you are doing here. I feel, okay, so let me just say, I'm just going to read the card because I find this so interesting. I feel as though You know how you used to watch your grandmother or your mother? I'm seeing the apron, right? And that's what's making me think of it. Baking. And you're watching them because you want to learn how to bake. All right. I feel that you need to make room for, maybe some of you literally it's baking. I don't know, cooking more, something. But I feel like it's learning. It's about learning, oh my gosh, about your ancestors, about your family history, or learning, I don't know, maybe traditions of your family that you can carry over from, Halloween, Christmas, Easter, whatever it may be, New Year's, that type of thing. Different holidays, celebrated holidays or religious holidays that maybe I'm having a hard time getting it out, that you are going to learn of the traditions. Or how to, maybe your grandmother always made a special dish on those occasions, okay? Or birthdays, whatever it may be. And they want you to make room to make the time to learn those things, right? This is the Four of Swords is kind of taking a time out, right? We're talking about what you need to make room for. Take the time out of your busy life to learn about these things from your ancestry. Maybe it's even like going to something like ancestry.com and learning about your ancestry, okay? This could be different things for different people, all right? But there's just something about, I just remember watching my grandmother bake and I wanted to learn how to do it too. So it's about that, but it has to do with family, your roots, your heritage, something along those lines, Libra. Okay, let's go to what you need to avoid. Ooh, we have the Mummy and Change with the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, this is my zombie deck. It's a bit of a dark Wheel of Fortune. She's on a spinning board and it looks like somebody's throwing knives or swords or something. They're not darts, but anyway. Okay, so that one's a little different. Okay, let me just think about this for a second. What you need to avoid. Normally, they never send spirit messages of, we want you to avoid change. Oh, that rarely ever happens. So what I want to say here, Libra, is, okay. They want you to avoid change for the sake of change. Does that make sense? They want you to stop just throwing blindly, we'll say, right? Well, okay, the only thing showing here in the Mummy is the eyes, but it doesn't matter. I'm still saying blindly throwing, isn't that a saying? I'm bad with sayings. Darts at the wall, something like that. Like stop just change for the sake of change when it doesn't really need to occur because everything's fine. But I don't know, out of boredom, I don't know, because somebody else has something or is doing something and you think, oh, well, I need to do that too. Or I'm bored. I need some sort of change in my life. So you just start throwing darts at everything, right? But with no real purpose or no real, I don't know, you don't have any real purpose for it other than it's change for the sake of change. They want you to avoid that, to stop doing that in your life. Always having to move on to the next bigger or better thing just because everybody else is. Not always necessary in your life. Okay, there's the message, what you need to avoid. Last, what opportunity should you seize or grab a hold of? And we have the Haunted House. I just saw here on the bottom it said to let go of. That's interesting. Usually I haven't been reading these because they're sometimes they don't always make sense to me, right? Like I'm like, they're almost like riddles or I don't know what you would call it, but every now and then a word will pop out and then that one it said let go. But what do we have here? Page of Potions. And this is opportunity you should seize or grab a hold of. Well, with the Page of Potions, I mean, pages always say young, inspired, and that's what the Page of Potions is. loves to go out and discover new things, loves to believe that there's limitless potential in everything, especially for themselves, loves to be a free spirit. Here we go. Loves new ideas, new inspired ideas. So, I said new inspired, loves new inspired ideas, and loves be a free spirit. By letting go of whatever has haunted you from the past, maybe you've tried something, it didn't work out. That's it. You tried something, maybe it didn't work out. This is your opportunity, or when the opportunity comes up, maybe a second time around or something similar, grab a hold of it, because I feel that you have learned from this past. You know, when you do something wrong or you've done something that failed and you know now, oh, I could have done better, and it haunts you. That's what I'm saying. If something comes around for you to have a second go at it, or something similar, the new revised version of it, that is the opportunity that you need to seize with all of this new inspired passion and ideas. Right? Understanding now what it is that can help you have maybe limited, unlimited, limitless, geez, the word, potential when it comes to this idea or whatever it is that you're doing here. Again, different for everyone. Ooh, love those. It was a bit heavy here at the beginning, Libra, but you know what? We've brought it around, and this... Sorry there, guys. I was just interrupted. I'm coming back now that I have these laid out here. So we have the Empress. You are capable of creating the life that you want, right? I love this Empress card too. You are the loving, the nurturing, the caring, the clear thinking, the independent, feminine energy, okay? You are financially stable maybe, or at least you're very practical and grounded. You're everything, you encompass everything, okay? And you are able to grow and nurture whatever it is in your life that you want to manifest. So, for example, when we're talking about change for the sake of change, be specific about the change and then manifest that change, okay? Then start working on it with spirit to make it happen. I feel like it ties into here. Working with other people. Like I said, maybe you will need to work with someone else, right? When it comes to learning what it is here about your ancestry, your heritage, whatever it is. Or up here, maybe you'll need to work with someone to help you through this grieving process. But what I love is the Four of Imps here is the Four of Wands, and that is happiness. Even the moon is smiling. Even the little imps are behaving themselves, and they're holding up the Four Wands. It's like an archway. It's like you pass through and everything is happy and good on the other side. So maybe that's also a message for here. When the time comes and you pass through that archway, things will be better on the other side. Even here, right, with your challenge of moving forward, things can be better on the other side. All right, let's get our last two oracle cards here, Libra, and then we will be moving on. Success. Oh, well, I love that because we were just talking about success. Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor, integrity. Okay. Beautiful. Love that card for you. And because I'm just seeing a number 3, 2 and 1 is 3 here, communication. Maybe for you, Libra, you're going to have success in some sort of communication this month as well, of importance. Mystic Star, harmony in the home and great friendships. Okay, what a beautiful way to end that off. All right, harmony in the home and friendships. Remember I was talking about up here, felt like it was family in some way. I mean, that could be immediate or extended. So maybe harmony in the home and great friendships is going to come out of this by you deciding you're no longer going to be dealing with the Five of Wands energy. All right, Libra, that is your reading. If you liked it, please throw me a thumbs up there for a like. If you enjoyed these cards, because I'm excited to use them in the Halloween month, okay? Have a great Halloween at the end of the month. If you know someone who may need to hear these messages, then please forward it along to them. I bring it to you. You can bring it to others. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And to my regular viewers, thank you so much. I'll see you next time.